Hey y'all, happy Saturday. I pray that your day has been blessed and full of favor. So I'm going to dive right in. We have been in the book of Joshua, and right now, so today I want to talk a little bit about crossing into new or stepping into new territory. And if you see me looking, I got notes, I got my Bible in front of me. A lot of us in this season are going into new territory, right? And chapter 3, I have been studying this chapter. I have read all the way up to chapter 6, but God is like taking me back because he's highlighting the season that a lot of us are in right now. And so we are going to dive into chapter 3 when Joshua and the people of Israel crossed the Jordan River. Okay. So in the first verse, and Joshua rose early in the morning, and they removed from Shittim and came to Jordan, he and all the children of Israel, and lodged there before they passed over. So Joshua, God done told Joshua that he is going to lead the people. Moses had died. Joshua, God came to Joshua and told him, "You are the next in line. You are the next person that's going to lead my children to the next territory." And so Joshua got straight to business. He took action. He was obedient. He never went back and forth with God. So now we are in the space where they are literally at the brink of going into the new. And that's where a lot of us are right now, right? God got us going into new territory. He got us knowing new things. And I feel like this message needed to be put out. Well, God felt like this message needed to be put out because he wants you to understand how important it is that we listen and follow God's direction. So when we go from verse 1, we're going to go to verse 3. And they commanded the people, saying, When ye see the ark of the covenant of the Lord your God, and the priests, the Levites, bearing it, then ye shall remove from your place and go after it. So that is telling us that we have to follow God's direction. Sometimes we try to do things our own way. Sometimes we try to get ahead of God. And that is where we find ourselves kind of running into pitfalls, right? And then we move to verse 4, where yet there shall be a space between you and it, about 2,000 cubits by measure. Come not near unto it, that ye may know the way by which ye must go, for ye have not passed this way heretofore. In verse 4, that is explaining to us all why we should not try to go ahead of God. If we are crossing into new territory, we need to follow his direction, right? Because when you try to speed up, you are getting in the way of God creating opportunities or opening doors to resources because you're trying to speed past him. You got to trust that God is going to do what he needs to do, especially if he is telling you, if he's giving you a promise and he's telling you this is something that he has for you. Let him do what he needs to do. Okay. So now we go to verse 5. Well, no, not verse 5. Let me see from my notes. Oh, verse 7. So and the Lord said unto Joshua, This day will I begin to magnify thee in the sight of all Israel, that they may know that as I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. So God is letting Joshua know, look, I have exalted you to lead your people, my people, right? So he's already letting him know he positioned him for success. Before we even step into a new territory, God already positions us for success. Whatever changes we have to make in our life, whatever newness we have to step into, that is God positioning us. Okay. And so now we go to, let me see what my notes, chapter 3. I want to go to 13. So this is about roadblocks being removed. Here it goes. So, and it shall come to pass as soon as the soles of the feet of the priests that bear the ark of the Lord of all the earth, shall rest in the waters of Jordan, that the waters of Jordan shall be cut off from the waters that come down from above, and they shall stand upon a heap. God is telling them the Jordan River, the waters are going to stop flowing for y'all to go through. This is what he's letting them know. This tells us that any obstacles, any mountains, any problems that we think that are going to show up, God clears them out before we even go, if we follow his direction. This is a really big thing. This is outside of my notes. This is something that's coming to me. A lot of us fail because we don't follow God's direction. We can't do it our way. You got to do it God's way. Okay, I don't know who that's for. Do it his way. He shows you a way to do it because he knows the way that you will gain success from whatever it is, whatever the promise is that he has talked to you about in your meditation and your prayer. There ain't no microwave way, like a quick way. You have to do it God's way. You got to follow his directions. And so that's 13. And then we skip to verse 14. And it came to pass, when the people removed from their tents to pass over Jordan, the priests bearing the ark of the covenant before the people. So now these people stepped out on faith. And this is also talking to us, telling us to step out in faith. The people stepped into the Jordan River on God's command. They didn't go back and forth with him. They didn't ask, oh, well, how will this work? Oh, you think we might drown? They didn't do any of that. They had so much faith in the Lord that they stepped out in faith because they knew that what he promised them was what it was. His word is sealed. Okay. And so the thing about it is, what we have to remember is miracles unfold in our life after we take action in alignment with God's will. The Israel people took action on what God told them to. And then when they got ready to take action, you seen him stop the Jordan River and it was overflowing. He made a way for them to get across the river to go into Jericho when the river was known to overflow. So we gotta remember, take action. Let's take action, y'all. Okay. Now we are going to go to verse 15. And as they bear the ark were come unto Jordan, and the feet of the priests that bear the ark were dipped in the brim of the water, for Jordan overfloweth all his banks all the time of harvest. So this is letting us know that this Jordan River was flowing, an overflow, right? But they still stepped out on faith. They knew that what their God told them was going to transpire. So when you have faith in God, we know that obstacles are no match for God's presence. They called upon the Lord's, for the Lord's presence was upon them already. And they knew, okay, God told us this, we got faith, we moving. So when they went to step into the Jordan River and it was overflowing, God made a way for them. So your breakthrough doesn't depend on your circumstances, hallelujah, but on God's presence. So if God is with you, what they say, if God with you, who against you, right? But if God's presence is surrounding you and you are in alignment with his will, your breakthrough is already broke through. He didn't already stamped and sealed it. Okay. And so now we're going to move to verse 17 and verse 16, actually. Verse 16 says that the waters which came down from above stood and rose up upon a heap very far from the city Adam, that is beside Zaretan. And those that came down towards the sea of plain, even the salt sea, failed and were cut off. And the people passed over right against Jericho. You didn't see the people going back and forth. Oh my God, this river is overflowing. It's known to overflow. We can't do this. You didn't see them because they had faith in God's word, and they knew that if God told them, it was going to happen. He was going to make a way. They had that much faith in God to know that as long as his presence is surrounding them, there ain't no obstacles. He going to remove all the obstacles because they were doing what God called them to do. So we see that the water stood still while all the people crossed over safely. So what we got to understand is faithful obedience brings visible miracles that testify to God's glory. Okay. When we are obedient into what God tells us to do, we will at that point begin to see the miracles. This is a good video right now because I was kind of like tired. And God had been telling me since yesterday, you got to get this video out. You got to get this video out. And I'm like, okay, God, I'm tired. I'm time to get it out. But because I'm obedient, because I have faith in him, because I don't go against anything and I don't wrestle with it, here I am, right? And this is going to be a perfect example of following God's will and being obedient. So what we need to do is to identify the new territory God is calling us to. Each and every person that is looking at this video, God is calling you to a new territory. This is a longer video, but that's okay. And once we identify it, we need to take a faith-filled step. Actually, take a faith-filled step today, trusting that God is going to clear the way. The same way that he parted the Red Sea for Moses, the same way that he divided the Jordan River for his kids, for his children, I like call children, is the same way he will clear the way for us. And we got to also remember, obstacles aren't the final word. God's presence is greater than any challenge. So whatever it is that God is calling you to do, it's something brand new. I get it, because all of this is brand new for me. But I have faith in God and what God is promising me. And all I know is if I move in obedience and I move and take action when he tells me to take action, then I'll see those miracles. And I ain't even looking for them. But I know that obedience is so much better than sacrifice, right? We all know that. So whoever this message is for, you may be getting ready to cross into a new territory. And whoever you are, you are already at the brink of it. Like you've already entered it, which is why you probably feel like I shouldn't be here, right? But it's a new territory, new things God is calling us to. Have faith in what he is calling you to do. Understand that he is going to, even back to the last video, he will provide the hidden alliances. He will get the resources. He will open up the doors. He's going to remove any roadblocks that you think could even be in the way of you not being able to be successful. He didn't already went there before. He's already went and surveyed the area like the two spies did. So he knows what's going to work out. You just got to take action and you got to have faith. I hope this message helps somebody. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I pray that you are blessed, and I pray that your family is blessed and you have a peaceful and safe Saturday.